I got off in the baseball. Coach K walking lead at third, all that, stealing the run. Yeah, all that.
Fool me once. Don't fool me again.
And you can't get food no more.
No, you can't get food no more.
That's going to be the title of this episode. You can't get food no more. Welcome to another episode of the Brown Couch Bros, your go-to Detroit sports podcast.
That's right. I'm your boy Jess, a.k.a. A-Game. We're here to bring the latest and the greatest from the D, the 313.
And it's your boy, The Loaf, ready to dive right into the heart of Detroit sports with two of my guys, the Honcho and the A-Game.
Lions, Tigers, Pistons, Red Wings, PSL Sports, Michigan State. We got you covered.
We'll break down the games, analyze the stats, and give you the hot takes that you didn't know you needed.
Plus, we bring you some amazing guests, legends of the game, Detroit historians, here to share their insights and stories.
So grab a seat on the couch, kick back, and let's get into the action.
Here we go.
Welcome to another episode of the Brown Couch Bros.
Brown Couch Bros, man, west side of Detroit on a cold December 13th, man. Winter is here.
It's here.
It came kind of early too, man. I mean, for snow and cold, I can get the cold, but I hate that. I hate that snow.
I don't want neither one of them.
Oh man,
I was in Tampa.
Man, I knew you was gonna bring that up. I was in Tampa last week. Yeah, man.
Man, Brown Couch Bros, we here, man, and he's right. It's a cold day out here today, baby. It's cold day
in the D.
Baby, it's cold outside.
Shout out to T-Baby.
T-Baby. I wonder what she's doing now, man.
I don't know, man. I gotta look T-Baby up, man.
Okay, you look her up, man.
But in customary fashion, man, let's
go.
toast it up.
Toast it up, man.
This.
Boom, 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 boom.
We need this.
I wish we had some hot cocoa.
You know, we always do the long distance.
Hot cocoa.
A little hot cocoa.
Man.
All right, so let's tip it off, man. Jess, what you got for your tip off?
Man, so man, we got to be feeling good. I know you got to be feeling exceptionally good because on this couch, out of all the guys that's in shape, you're in the best shape. And because Phillip Rivers then came back, I think T is about to announce, the honcho, that he's coming back to the league, baby. He ready.
No, you don't. Hey, look, don't talk to him. You talk to these.
Talk to me. Oh, okay. I'm just figuring. You know, Phillip Rivers coming back. Honcho, y'all just look. We might make this announcement on the Brown Couch, baby. What you gonna do?
Hey, stay tuned.
Stay tuned. All right. It might not be today. We'll get to it. That's my tip off, man. I ain't got nothing really going, man. I'm feeling good about T coming back to the league, baby.
Coming back, baby. Loaf, what you got for your tip off?
Hey, man, I just want to give a big shout out to hometown hero, NBA Basketball Hall of Famer Chris Webber.
C-Web.
They had a showcase at my employer, University of Detroit Mercy, this weekend, man. They put on a great showcase. Had a lot of high school talent up in there, man. Shout out to C-Web. He brought out some pros. Of course, DC always representing Derek Coleman. Lindsey Hunter was in the house, some other guys in there. So shout out to C-Web. And they signed, from what I understand, they signed a 3-year deal. So
nice.
They'll be back the next 2 years, man, and we got to get the couch.
Oh, he on the
Yeah.
Well, you're more than welcome to come to the couch.
Or we could go there, do a podcast there for, it was a guy set up already, Plug. That's the name. It's called Plug. He did some good work this weekend interviewing the kids, kind of like what we did with Sound Body. Yeah. So let's just keep that in mind for next year, brothers.
Yeah.
But shout out to C-Web and the Chris Webber Showcase at Callahan Hard. They did great this weekend. Yep.
Bringing it back to the city.
Callahan Hard is the house that the Catholic League built. So C-Web, Hall of Fame guy, man. So coming back to the city, coming back to Callahan Hall.
Yeah, boys
cool,
and girls.
Pretty cool.
Yeah.
Hey, real quick, man, for my tip off today, this past week when we put our episode out, the Philly episode that we put out, man, I think I got flopped. Man. It was more birds.
Shitted on like a pigeon.
The Philly fans, man, came out of nowhere, man. All up and down my timeline.
What?
They still hitting me up, man. Still hitting me up, man. Shout out to the Philly fans, man. Y'all really showed out. I didn't know they was gonna come that deep, man. The people came deep, man. They love their birds, man, out in Philly.
I don't know why.
I guess you gotta love that because ain't much else.
Philly, they won today.
They won today, but that downfall coming.
It's coming.
It's coming. That downfall is coming, bro.
Didn't they have to come to have y'all played twice?
Yeah.
Oh,
We
okay.
split. We had them.
Cool,
we had them
cool.
by the short and curlies week one, but we let it go. But either way, it's coming, man.
Well, they running away with that division, man. It's over with, y'all.
It is. I agree.
running away with
Even if we went out, but they downfall coming.
Yeah. So shout out to the flock, man.
And you just hate to see it.
The flock.
Shout out to the flock, man. Y'all showed up and showed out all on my timeline this week, man. So it was cool, man. But it's all in good fun, and hopefully if we play y'all down the road somewhere, I can get a little get back.
Get some
Just
get back.
get a tad bit of get back.
They easy flop.
Now y'all need to jump in his timeline.
They're gonna be easy flop, man. Don't worry about that. Oh man.
Well, Jess, what the people talking about, man?
Man,
what the people talking about?
outside of the obvious, and we'll get to all of that. Let's venture off from the obvious of what they're talking about here in Michigan.
Okay.
Michigan.
But today Kansas City dropped. They were 6-7 going into this game.
6-7. 6-7.
Anywho, they dropped and they out the playoffs.
They out the playoffs.
So the question that people have been wondering, man, is this the end of the Kansas City run? Is it the end, man? And I gotta lean to you guys. Y'all vested in the NFL, and what y'all think?
I think it's well, we just read Mahomes has a torn ACL. Travis Kelce, he's probably gonna hang it up and wait for his bronze, his gold jacket 5 years from now. So I would think the run will probably be over with as of today. Yes. To answer your question.
How old is Patrick Mahomes? Is he 30 yet?
I don't think he's 30 yet.
Nah, I think he
pushing
coming
it.
up on it.
Yeah.
So I don't think the dynasty is over. Well, let me put it this way.
The dynasty is over.
Let me put it this way. It's over in the sense that this collection of players are starting to fade off, and they're going to have to retool it. They're going to have to restructure it. But anytime you got a Hall of Fame caliber quarterback like Pat Mahomes, still essentially in the prime of his career, and that management stays intact, and you keep Andy Reid or an Andy Reid-like coach over the next few years, they can rebuild this thing and be right back in Super Bowl contention because you got Patrick Mahomes. I think people underestimate the importance of a quarterback in football, particularly a play-making quarterback like Pat Mahomes. So it's probably over for now for this collection of Chiefs. But if everything stays intact, management,
he get back healthy.
He gets back
next
healthy.
year might be a wrap because I don't think he's gonna come back next year.
He probably won't.
It would be this time next year probably if he came back.
Possibly
with the ACL.
From ACL.
If not the year after. So I mean, if he's not 30 yet, there's no need to rush it back. Let's get some more ping pong balls in, get some more picks in, rebuild this roster, rebuild that team on both sides of the football, because you got guys that's probably going at the tail end of their career on the defense too.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? So it's it's time for this group to fade away and usher in a new group. But man, I put my money on Hall of Fame quarterbacks, man. If he stays there, he comes back healthy, you rebuild for him, and you right back in this thing.
And I agree with you on that because I don't think it's over. Maybe like you said, for this collection of guys. But man, you get Pat Mahomes to football, ain't nothing over. And I know Joe Burrow had said they was like, what's your window? He said, as long as I'm a starting quarterback.
That's right.
That's Pat Mahomes.
That's right.
And like I say, the cheetah was there. I think they're gonna go. I think what they're gonna do. They're gonna take it back to the old school. We're gonna get a fast guy here, a fast guy there. Everybody going down the field. I'm gonna throw it to somebody, and then I'll find me a tight end, a 6'3", 6'4", 5 guy that can just be in the middle of the field. So I don't think it's over. Now they're gonna have to hold it tight as long as it's ACL ain't right now. If it's torn, however long that takes. They're going to have to hold it tight for that. But I don't think it's over. I think he got another 2 or 3 runs in him.
Well, let me say this, because I know we focusing on Kansas City and Mahomes, but you also got the young boy over there in Buffalo. Mm-hmm. So you're going to have you still got Lamar Jackson in Baltimore. So the roadblocks are still there, whether Kansas City have to rebuild or not. I just think when you say dynasty, probably that's over.
That's over, yeah.
But can they collectively get a run going within the next couple of years? I don't know, man, because this guy, Josh Allen, man, he coming, man. He league MVP. He got talent around him. And I think they went into New England today and won.
Yeah, I'm just wondering if they missed their window.
Huh?
I'm just wondering if he's window. It's either
one window just opened back up because Mahomes.
Once Mahomes, right.
That Kansas City team probably not going to be the same next year. Mm-hmm. So we'll see. We'll see, man. But to both of you guys' point, particularly yours, Ancho, anytime you got a Super Bowl winning quarterback, MVP of the league, 3-time Super Bowl quarterback, future Hall of Famer, you got chances and you got options.
You got options.
There you go.
You got options. Yeah, so real quick, man, where they do that at?
Man, they do it everywhere.
Man, and you sort of alluded to us earlier, man. You talked about Phillip Rivers, man. 44 years old. 44 years old.
I almost had to win today, man.
10 kids.
One grandkid
comes back, starting quarterback in Indianapolis.
Do a touchdown.
Throws a touchdown.
They was up. The guy
they were winning.
If you don't kick the 60-yarder, he win the game.
He wins the game, man. And so, we talk about all the time how Father Time is undefeated.
Mm-hmm.
But every now and then,
you can turn back the clock.
Just
a tad.
Just a touch. Just a touch. So shout out to Phillip Rivers, man.
Shout out to Phillip.
He held it down for all the old guys.
Yeah, man.
For all the old guys.
Interesting caveat about Phillip Rivers, man. He was eligible to be in the Hall of Fame
this year, right? This year.
And I didn't know. Well, I knew, but I didn't know. By him playing today and being called up to the active roster, that set it back another 5 years.
It reset.
It reset.
And that's not good for Phillip Rivers. You know why?
Why?
Did you see him? He looked bad bodied. You better hurry up and get on that old Ozempic, man. All this right here, just pudgy, bad body. Man, he looked like an old dude in some pads getting ready to play some football.
But to the low point,
go ahead.
Though, real quick, to the lowest point on the Hall of Fame. Who's he going into the Hall of Fame with 5 years from now? That's the mindset he should be on now.
Well, he's still building his resume, so he was a borderline probably.
He didn't use today to build.
No, I'm just saying he threw a touchdown.
Building his resume.
He threw a touchdown. That goes on his overall career.
He still may make a playoff run. So yeah, that's
this is all I'm saying, man. The guy was a borderline first ballot Hall of Famer. I don't know if he was a got in this year. They did narrow it down to 15, I think. I know they got to 26, but he did push it back another 5 years. Mm-hmm. He probably just gonna come out here for this run right here. 4 games. If they don't, and call it a day after that. But was it worth? Because he would have been in the Hall of Fame within the next 5.
Yeah, within the next 5 years.
Even if he didn't get in this year,
absolutely.
He'd have been in. Yeah. And I guess, like the guy said at his press conference, he said, hey, look, man, I had one more time to live the dream. And he living it. The guy, like you said, 10 kids, 1 grandkid. He probably did well with his money. So, the Hall of Fame going to be there. It's not going nowhere.
Yeah, it's not.
Yeah, so, he'll be fine. He'll get in. He'll be all right. He'll get in. He'll be fine. But you asked, he's probably ready to get back to the NFL, man.
Shoot, probably get away from the kids. The kids is grown.
Oh, the kids
is grown.
Take the kids to soccer practice, basketball practice, football
But he was coaching.
Yeah, he was coaching. He was coaching.
Yeah,
he was coaching high school.
And they said son look good.
Yeah. Oh, he throw it too, huh?
He couldn't wait to get back on the football field. Get out the house, man. All the honeydews he got going on over there, man. That's crazy. Well, look, man. Today our Lions lost.
Damn. Yeah.
Major loss for the Lions today. Lose by 7. Yeah, our Lions. Not
I ain't said nothing to see it.
You got that star on your,
nothing to see it
on your body. Offense looked better today.
So let's just me and you talk.
Yeah, this is just me and you.
Right.
I got an opinion.
Right. This our segment. Right.
I'm gonna grab my drink, but I got an opinion. But go ahead.
This was a game that I penciled in as the Lions possibly losing at the beginning of the season for
I had this down as a L.
I knew that, the Rams were going to be a good team, formidable opponent on the road. Trying to win in LA is going to be tough. I knew that. And it was. But I thought the offense looked better than it had looked in the last 2, 3, 4 weeks. I thought they were aggressive, getting the ball down the field. Jared stayed upright for the most part.
Yeah.
I think he only the offensive line gave up a sack. Couldn't make a hole for Gibbs today at all to run the football. And I think that really ended up being one of the differences in the game.
I think that was probably LA's game plan. Don't let, Gibbs beat us.
Yeah.
We take what, if Jared got to beat us, he got to beat us.
He going to have to throw it over the top.
Yeah. I thought J-Mo should have made a play on the deep ball. I think you have to make that catch. I know he got kind of tripped up, but to your point, Honcho, man, the offense was clicking a little bit. If we could have sprung Gibbs a little bit more, it probably would have, of course, would have been better. But you're right.
And I thought defensively, man, they did enough to keep them in the game. Hutch made a play, get an interception, get it down to the 17-yard line. I think that was 9-yard line, something like that. And then, we get it in with Amon-Ra. But, it's only so long that the defense can bend and not break. You're going to end up breaking at some point, particularly when you ask guys who, were second string, third string, rotational guys, some practice squad guys, particularly in the secondary, to come in and try to help you win the game, and guard guys like Puka Nacua.
And you're going up against a gunslinger and another future Hall of Famer in Matt Stafford. Pinpoint accuracy, I don't care where he releasing the ball at. Lions put pressure on that guy today. He made plays too, to your point with Puka Nacua, Devontae Adams, he went out with an injury, but prior to that, and the tight end killed us today too, but you got to take your hat off to McVay over there, the coach over there. They came in well prepared to stop Gibbs. They gave up what they gave up in the first half. They came out first 3 series for the Lions. In the second half, 3 and out. And that was really the ball game.
That was the ball game.
We were up 24-14.
It was the ball game.
It was the ball game. Yeah.
With opportunities to actually make plays.
Yeah.
And you said it just a minute ago, man. You said Matt Stafford made plays.
Yeah.
Matt Stafford has a hell of an arm. He could make all the throws. He is a mastermind behind the line of scrimmage, getting guys in coverage protection, throwing dummy coverages out there to confuse the defense. And he did a hell of a job of that today. He's not the fastest, but he's elusive. Third down, fourth down, Matt Stafford's going to make a play.
Yeah.
Be it a throw, be it eluding a tackler, be it, whatever his team needs to keep the ball in the possession of the offense, he's going to do. And I've been a Lions fan all my life. And the past 3 years have been some of the most rewarding times to be a Lions fan.
Yeah.
You make it to
half away from going to the conference finals. No, Super Bowl.
Going to the Super Bowl. And then last year you go 15-2. Dominate the NFL. You come in this year and they won 8 games so far.
8-6.
4 to play. 8-6 with 4 to play.
With 3 to play.
3 to play.
You got to win out.
You got to win out. We said the magic number was 11.
Yeah.
Here they are with 11 in their midst, and with a small, slim chance to make the playoffs. But I'm gonna say this: I looked at Jared Goff's numbers today. Now I don't want to always put it on the quarterback, but quarterback's the most important position on the football field. He throws for over 300 yards, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions, didn't get a ball away.
Sounds like a good quarterback.
Sounds like a great game.
Sounds like a good quarterback right there.
A quarterback on a team that if you just want to win 8 games, 9 games, 10 games, give your team, give your fan base a time to cheer and be excited about the team. Run on the road and pack, the visiting
stadiums
team,
up.
pack the stadium up, wear our buffs and our mink coats and go out there and cheer for our Lions like we know we can cheer for our Lions, do all the things, the takeover campaign and all that. That's cool.
Mm-hmm.
But if you want to win a Super Bowl and leave a legacy in this town, Jared Goff is not the quarterback to bring it home for you. He ain't the quarterback to do that.
I agree.
And here's why. He is not a playmaker.
Nope. He's a game manager.
He's probably one of the best game managers in the history of the NFL. He is not a playmaker. I don't count on him to make a play 3rd down and 5 with his feet, elude a tackler, and get the ball off to one of his skill guys to get 5 yards down the field, 10 yards down the field. I can't count on him to make something happen with his feet. I can't count on him to be a mastermind behind the line of scrimmage, confusing the defense, getting people in position. He just doesn't have that gene.
Well, I agree with you on everything you just said except the last. I think from a mindset, him playing a position, I think he's pretty good as far as his decisiveness, as far as getting the ball out quick. But to your point, he just don't have the things that we need in the clutch when it comes to being 3rd and 3. When it's 3rd and 3 and it's that push up the middle.
Yep.
Can we get him outside? And if we do, he throwing it in the dirt. He getting in. He trying to get rid. He don't want to take the sack, of course. But I like Jared Goff, but he's not a Super Bowl. He's not going to lead us to the Super Bowl. I don't think he can. And McVay saw that when he was with the Rams.
That's why they got rid of him.
He said that, they lost that Super Bowl 13-3 to the Patriots. And they had a good offense then. I mean, you had the best player in football in Aaron Donald. Then they come in, they get our guy, which with the trade for to get Stafford, they gave up. We end up getting Gibbs and Laporta and stuff like that. But I don't think Jerry Goff is the guy that can lead the Lions to the Super Bowl. I don't.
Can you name 5 quarterbacks that you'd rather have other than Jared Goff?
I can
possibly
name
be available.
Oh, well, it's not available, but we were talking about in our group chat earlier this week. I love the kid over in Arizona, and Kyler Murray. I think he needed to change the scenery. He's under 30. The guy's a 2-time Pro Bowler. He can move in the pocket. He can make plays with his feet. With the weapons we have. And I see right now how much we do miss Laporta, because if you take Amon-Ra out the system, and we're not taking him out the system, but today it was just J-Mo and Amon-Ra. Whereas Matt Stafford made this tight end that they had, who I never heard of. A Pro Bowler.
Today.
Devontae Adams went out, and this tight end steps up, catches 2 touchdowns. One was, arguably he was down at the 1 or whatever. But I say all that to say Matt Stafford made plays, you know, and they made plays for him. Our guys, J-Mo drop a deep ball. When it's time to make a play, you got to make a play, man. And that's the NFL in a nutshell. You have to make plays, period.
So here we go. Jim Plunkett, Jeff Hostetler, Brad Johnson. These are guys, Flacco. These are guys that have won Super Bowls that I would take Jared Goff over all of them. I got to be honest. I would take him over everybody I just named. I think he has a shot. You just have to put around him the stuff that makes it work.
When you said Brad Johnson, right?
I did.
Well, how much with the Baltimore Ravens, right?
No, that was the Tampa Bay.
Oh, Tampa Bay.
Tampa Bay.
Who was the quarterback when Baltimore only gave up 6 points a game?
That was Flacco.
Okay, that's what I'm saying.
So
look at the defense. Like some of those quarterbacks you just mentioned, the defense.
They were terrible.
Not all of them. Not Tampa's. Not Baltimore.
No, the quarterbacks were terrible.
But they had
stuff.
Exactly. We don't have stuff.
And so for you guys to say that Jared Goff can't do it, you can't put it on Jared Goff to do it.
Put Jared Goff in Dallas. Then you want him? No, give us that. We'll take that.
I'll take that. I don't want it, but we don't have the stuff.
Yeah, I hear what you're saying. I hear what you're saying. And when you look at that Baltimore team, when Ray Lewis was at the helm, those were teams that had a dominant defense. Playmakers on defense.
And the Raiders.
Those defenses actually won games for them at periods throughout the season. We don't have that. And so all the conditions have to be favorable for Jared Goff to play well. All I'm saying is to try to win a Super Bowl, your conditions aren't going to be favorable. You need guys that can go, do something a little extra to get you over the hump.
And we don't have it.
I just don't have the belief that Jared Goff is actually that quarterback that can do that.
And so you don't think he's better than a Trent Dilfer? I mean, listen to the guys I'm naming.
Game is a little different though. I mean, game back there.
And I don't think Brad won it. Brad didn't win it. It was Trent Dilfer.
Oh, it was Trent Dilfer.
It was Dilfer in Baltimore.
Dilfer in Baltimore. That's what I'm saying.
But Brad won it in Tampa.
Well, they won 3. Ray got 3. Ray Lewis had 3 Super Bowls.
And that defense in Tampa was, one of the greatest
you got to put some stuff around him, man.
You had Warren Sapp, Derek Brooks, Hall of Famer.
I know about the around
Bomber,
stuff,
Hall
but
of
that's
Famer.
my point to get Goff. Y'all don't have that.
And that's his point.
That's what I'm saying.
But
that's what we need.
That's not on Goff, is it? That's on not making a move.
But
at the
if
deadline.
we never get that, then somebody at that position when you making $45 million a year,
you got to be a playmaker.
You got to be a play. You have to be a playmaker.
When you say making $45 million a year, you talking about Hutch?
Who you talking about? Goff?
Oh, Goff. It's not. That's not on him, man. That's not on him to me. It's just not. I think he's putting this team in position offensively to win games.
At times, yeah. But he's a game manager. He's not a game changer.
And the guys I mentioned are what?
They had great defenses.
They had great defense.
That's not on. That's what I'm saying.
They had great defense.
So
but
at the trade deadline,
so they didn't have. But we don't have that. So the guy who's in charge of our offense, we need him to go out there and make plays with his arm and with his feet.
That's it.
Well,
he's not gonna make it with his feet.
Well, if that's what you need because you didn't do the rest, then he's not the guy.
Exactly.
That's all I'm saying.
That's all we saying.
Had the Lions gone out and been buyers at the trade deadline and got a heck of a defense, got another offensive lineman, got somebody that can make a difference and make plays, then I wouldn't be having this conversation about Jared Goff right now. But we didn't do that. And so our highest paid player has to play at a level to catapult his team to victories.
Right.
He is not doing that right now.
He's never going to do that.
He's never going to do it. And that's why I'm saying when it's time for the Lions to win the Super Bowl, Jared Goff won't be our quarterback.
And when you look at the talent around the NFL, these young guys like Bo Nix, Drake May, these guys are making plays, man, outside of the pocket. Before Patrick Mahomes tore his ACL today. 3-time Super Bowl, making play outside of the pocket. Jared Allen, Lamar Jackson.
6'5".
Guys making plays outside of the pocket, man.
And what that does is it pulls the defense, it draws the defense to you. And that gets guys open. Can you imagine if we had a quarterback who can make a play with his feet? What that would do for J-Mo? What that would do for Gibbs? What that would do for Amon-Ra? Man, them guys would be, it's simply one-on-one now. Speed versus speed. And I like our chances when it comes to that. But
like
the window is closing.
It is.
The window is closed. You get 2 or 3 years. This is really it. Come next year, you're going to start hearing rumblings of guys not happy. You know, there's a change of scenery going to be good for me. I still got some left. This is probably the last year of Sonic and Knuckles. I would have to say, how do you keep Montgomery when you barely use him this year? How do you gonna have to pay?
You gonna have to pay Gibbs.
How do you pay him? And you gotta pay Gibbs.
You gotta pay Gibbs. I don't think when we were talking about dynasties, and of course the Lions, we don't have a dynasty and we never have had a dynasty. But as far as the nucleus of the team, I think we're solid. I think we can keep having these years, 12-5, 11-6. Maybe look 13-4. Man, I don't know. I think we can still keep doing that with the nucleus that we have because we've already signed some of these guys. I think they got to sign Gibbs and Laporta, but Goff is taken care of. I think you got to get Anzalone. He has to go. We need a dog.
J-Mo got his money.
We need speed. We got Campbell at the linebacker. We need speed at the linebacker position.
We need speed. Sideline.
We have to get. I think. And me and one of my coworkers was talking about this today. You might want to move Arnold to safety because at Alabama they wasn't a man team. We're a man team here in Detroit. We like to play man. Arnold, he don't have man coverage skills.
They did cover 3 in Alabama.
He don't have man coverage skills. So why not move him to safety? Draft you another corner. They probably should have drafted Kool-Aid McKinstry. He a lockdown corner. You still have Kirby Joseph. You got Branch. He on an ACL though. Yeah. I mean Achilles.
He on Achilles.
So this might be a good time to work Arnold into safety because the guy can tackle. He can cover in space. He just don't have the recovery speed to play man all the time.
And he's aggressive.
He aggressive.
You got
a good linebacker in Campbell. I'm not impressed with Reed. I thought that I like the boy we had last year that came over from Tampa. That's with New England now.
He over in New England.
Could have probably paid him. But I think, the nucleus is there for us to be successful as far as always in the mix.
Yeah.
And maybe we might not get to the Super Bowl, but we'll always be in the mix.
But you saying to put you over, you're gonna need a quarterback.
You need a playmaker. You need as many playmakers as you can get on both sides of the ball. That's all I'm saying. I need playmakers, man. I need people that can go out there and make a play. I need a guy on defense at the cornerback position who 3rd and 5, 4th and 3. Team goes back, drop back, pass to their number 1 receiver. I need that guy to tip that ball out of bounds. I need that guy to tip it to a teammate for an interception. We don't have a guy like that right now.
No, we don't.
We don't
have a guy like that right now. Nope.
You see Matt Stafford, man, eluding tacklers. There was one play he made today, just shuffling the shoulder, move the shoulder out. Guy goes, try to tackle him. He brushing off tacklers. Boom, make a pass. 2-yard gain for a first down. 3-yard gain for a first down. Mm-hmm. It was all day today. We don't have a guy that can do that. That's all I'm saying.
When you say you don't have a guy, are you still talking about golf?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. But anyway, we go. Lions lost today. We got to run the table, man, to win it to make the playoffs. I think we got to run the table. Who's the
next 3? I know
we got Minnesota, Pittsburgh, and Chicago.
Is it Pittsburgh, Minnesota, or Minnesota, Pittsburgh?
I think
it's Pittsburgh, Minnesota, and Chicago.
We got Pittsburgh at home, Minnesota there, and Chicago there. So
3 winnable games.
3 winnable games. I think we can go in Chicago. We win 2 in a row. Mm-hmm. We can go in Chicago, Windy City, and get a dub. I think we can do that. And then teacher versus student.
Yeah. and then we need some luck. We need some people to lose.
Well, I think 11-6. I think we in. Now we gonna have to go on the road. Probably 2 games.
That's I think that's understood.
Well, the
you're not gonna win the division.
NFC West are gonna have 2 teams at least, maybe 3.
And
so San Francisco
that's
right
gonna
now.
Be the problem.
I mean, that's gonna be the
San Francisco, Seattle.
San Francisco, Seattle.
Then you got Philly.
Yep. And then Philly's gonna win their division.
Then you got 3 in our division, right?
Yeah.
2.
I mean,
2.
3, possibly
2,
3, definitely.
Yeah. You're going to have Green Bay, Chicago for sure.
They in.
Then you have Philly. That's 3.
We missing somebody.
Frisco, Seattle. That's 7. Tampa Bay.
They're in. They're going to win that division.
And their division is weak. Tampa might win that division at 9-8.
They might win it at 9-8.
And we sitting at 11-6, and we at home.
We at the crib.
Yeah.
I remember one year, Patriots went 11-5.
And they
with Brady. Remember Brady tore his ACL?
Yeah.
And who was the quarterback that came in?
Matt Hasselbeck.
No, it wasn't Hasselbeck. And we were talking about this the other day, and they missed the playoffs.
It wasn't Matt Hasselbeck.
It wasn't Hasselbeck. Hasselbeck never played for the Patriots. It was Castle. Matt Castle. You got him close. Yeah. Matt Castle led them to 11-5. They ain't make the playoffs, though.
Didn't make the playoff.
Wow. Man.
Yeah.
Well, look, good luck to our Lions for the rest of the season, man. We'll see what happens next week.
Peace
Pittsburgh.
to the Lions.
But, hey, man.
It is what it is.
We got to do better. We got to do better. Windows starting to close.
Yep.
Speaking of windows closing.
Uh-oh. It's the elephant in the room, and it's a big one.
It's been a better day in Ann Arbor.
Oh, Lord.
It's been a better day in Ann Arbor.
A-square.
A-dub.
Boy, you shouldn't be having this much pleasure.
Well, I'm just sitting back here, man. I mean, don't get me wrong. I got friends.
You shouldn't be having this much pleasure.
Shout out to my Michigan guys, Mike Taylor, Tony Blankenship, Walter Smith. What else? The bruh, Lawrence Marshall. All these guys are former U of M players. So shout out to them, man. Those are my guys.
Sad day in Ann Arbor, man. You had to be under a rock not to see that the University of Michigan fired the head coach, Sherrone Moore, their first black head coach in the history of the program.
And it lasts.
Could be. Inappropriate relationship with a staffer. And it all hit the fan a few days ago. Subsequently, he was arrested after he, went to the woman's house and
kicked in the door
with a knife in his hand and threatened to harm himself, harm her.
He had a butter knife, by the way.
With a butter knife. Fleeing in the elude.
It's not funny.
And now
why am I laughing?
I think he's still in jail.
No, he out.
Is he out of jail now?
He's been out a couple days.
He's out of jail. Was held in Washington County Jail. Waiting, and it's been arraigned. Out
on a $25,000 bond.
And it's not looking good. It's not looking good for the young man. And part of me, part of it, you feel bad that this has happened, and you think about, all the people that this has affected. This man's family, the young men that he was responsible for leading and coaching with that program. But then the other part of you has to say to yourself, how dumb can you be?
Where do they do that at?
How dumb can you be?
Oh, Lord.
For allowing yourself to make decisions like that will cost you so much. And I guess my first question to y'all is, when you heard the news, what was your first reaction?
I'm gonna let A game.
Yeah. My first reaction was, how does this stuff get out so quickly? I was like, oh my God, how did this happen to me? That was my first reaction. It's everybody wants to crack a story, and if you doing dirt, you have to know. And I'm not justifying his actions in any kind of way, but man, you got to keep a tight knit. My example is when they was paying the kids under the table during football, SMU and all that. That stuff should never get out.
Petty excess.
SMU, anybody, Alabama, whoever, Florida, whatever, it should never get out. You have to know, I'm dirty. I'm doing dirt. This can't be told by nobody. So that was my first reaction. After that, then I just had to let everything play out. Say, okay, maybe I'm over jumping. Maybe is this a setup or is it not? But you can't set this up enough. You could put things in place to see if he takes the bite. But I didn't know. My mind was all over the place. But my first reaction was, man, how did you let this get out? You doing dirt. You got to keep a tight knit. You got to know going in. Man, this can never be told in my life. I'm telling you.
My first reaction was, of course, I was shocked when I got a text that said Sherrone Moore was fired. And then the circumstances that led up to that, I like you said, Honcho, I feel bad for his wife and kids. You go back and you look at the Michigan State situation. Mm-hmm. Another brother, Mel Tucker, and his situation. He dropped $90 million. He dropped a $90 million bag. This brother dropped a $30 million bag. Guy was guaranteed $5.5 million for the next 4 or 5 years. Mm-hmm. $500,000 retention bonus. That means every year they kept him. He got $500,000 plus the perk. I mean, you at Michigan.
Yeah.
You got young kids. You probably could have had it written into his contract. They get free education, even when I'm not coaching.
Yeah. Absolutely.
It's sad. And I know he going through a lot. The guy, from what I understand, from the sources I talked to, this guy was going through some mental stuff prior to.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Which led, I think he did some things, and you mentioned earlier, as far as him getting fired and then committing the felonies and the misdemeanors. If he doesn't do that, he just gets fired.
Yeah.
And he'll probably would land on his feet somewhere else eventually with another job.
And see, here's where I'm at with this. Getting fired is one thing. It's bad. But it's never as bad as what you do after you get fired. Mm-hmm. It's what he did after he got fired that's going to prevent him from coming back from this and being a football coach again at a major university. Mm-hmm. From what I am hearing from my sources, there have been things that have been going on for a long time. Mm-hmm. This relationship with this woman ain't new.
Right.
They've investigated it before. There were enough rumors around to say, hey, there's something here we need to be paying attention to. I'm sure they covered it up. Sherrone and the young lady covered it up, probably lied to whoever was investigating and said, no, this ain't it. And eventually that stuff has caught up with it. Mm. She was unhappy about something. She went to the university and said, nah, I got receipts. This guy been stalking me when I had this relationship. All these things have been going on. Y'all need to do something. And they did it. And when I think about what happened with him, and I look at the mental instability that he has shown over time, I say to myself, how is it that the University of Michigan entrusted this man to
a multi-billion operation?
Young men.
Right.
And to put $30 million on the table for him. When did they see him fit? I can remember when he coached the game when Harbaugh was out. And he ended up winning the game, and in the post game, the guy crying. Mm-hmm. Now, he could be overcome with emotion at that time. I get it. But that was a sort of a red flag to me as to okay, so I don't know how to take him. Mm-hmm. Where is this guy coming from? Mm. And so when you look at the University of Michigan, this is not the first issue that they've had with a coach in the last handful of years. You had Juwan Howard, you got the hockey coach. Are we looking at an institutional problem at the University of Michigan with the sports teams?
I think you are, because I think all of this falls on Ward Manuel, the athletic director. You mentioned some other issues they had. They had the Connor Stallions issue. You know, you had those cheating allegations. From what I understand, like you said earlier, they kind of knew something was going on, but they couldn't prove it. You know, Jim Harbaugh had it written in his contract that if he was to leave the University of Michigan, Sherrone Moore would be the guy.
Exactly. So that's how he got the job.
Yeah, I don't really think Michigan ever really you didn't give Michigan an option
to vet it,
to vet other coaches because Harbaugh said, hey, if I'm coming back, this guy is my guy. And if I leave, I want him to, and they wrote it in there. Next guy, and probably thinking that Harbaugh was never going to leave. But Harbaugh, he had been dabbling in the NFL. For, you know, he wanted to get back.
Shame on them for thinking Harbaugh wasn't going to leave.
Exactly. But in this situation, man, the brother, you know, you have to be smarter, man. My sources tell me that he fired the young lady on a Monday. It was options available for him to have her move to another department, which I think that would have tempered everybody's angst in regards to the relationship. You know, you get her out of the department, but he didn't do that. He went on ahead and fired her, and she had a couple of days to think about it, and that's when she showed up Wednesday with the receipts, and and the rest is history. So Moore, his family, from what I understand today, or I think read something today, they went to go see his lawyer. He really kind of got off light from what they're saying. You know, some of the charges were reduced to what it is now. I think, you know, the assault was dropped, I think.
Yeah, and that I'm surprised by that.
Yeah. Home invasion, they kept that.
Yeah,
and stuff like that.
I'm really surprised by, you know, the reduction in the charges. Because, you know, under the circumstances, considering the power that he has, for him to do what he did and to come off this way, it could have been a whole lot. It could have been worse for him. But throughout all of this, you still got, you know, and you mentioned it before, Ward Manuel. Does Ward Manuel keep his job?
I would say no.
I don't
There's
think
too much going on, man. It's too much going on at the University of Michigan, man, over these last 3 or 4 years, man. I mean, somebody has to be. I think Ward Manuel, when we talk about that money, I think he making $3 million a year, you know, as an athletic director up at Michigan. So, you know, somebody has to, the buck got to stop somewhere, you know. But if you fire, and I had this discussion with one of our normal guest on the show, Rico Beard, one day, and I said, well, if you fire Manuel, who makes the hire for the next coach? You got a window. If they don't hire a coach by January 2nd, when the portal opens up, they need to have somebody in place if they want to keep the Underwoods of the world. If you want to keep the Hayeses of the world, your running backs, and the young receiver Marsh, if you want to keep those guys. So they have a short window. So within this week coming up, they should be hiring a coach. Because if they don't, when that portal open up, you know, you got Lane Kiffin who just got hired at LSU. You don't think he's going to put a bid in for Underwood?
Yeah.
You know, I think Underwood doing $3 million, $4 million. Hey, what number? What's your number? You know, so this next 7 to 8 days, we'll see what Michigan do.
I think Manuel should step down. Don't let him fire you. You're not going to fire me because this guy over here sleeping with this chick. Yeah, I ain't got nothing to do with that.
But it's under your watch.
I didn't see nothing. I heard about it. I didn't watch anything. Now, if I would have watched, now that's different. But I didn't watch nothing. That's different. But man, like I say, that's my thing, man. Stuff like this, when you know you doing dirt, and I blame Moore for this, man. You got, man. This should never get, stuff like this can't get out.
Well, stuff like this can't happen. I mean, it can't happen.
It shouldn't happen.
Can't happen.
Right. But it can't get out.
All I'm saying is, if you are in a situation and you're in a position of power, and you have power over the people that are essentially your subordinates, and you doing stuff you shouldn't be doing, you just extramarital stuff and all of that, you already hustling backwards when you're doing that.
As true as that is.
If you the only person in this scenario with something to lose,
Mm-hmm.
You hustling backwards. This woman had nothing to lose. He had everything to lose. You can't play in that game, man. You just can't play in that game. You can't be fooling around with somebody that ain't got nothing to lose.
This, as true as that may be, the fact that we're here, it was rumors all throughout Ann Arbor that this was going on. That's my once you was like, oh, somebody said what? You either cut it off or you clean it up.
He's a poor
and he didn't do nothing.
He didn't do none of it.
He didn't do none of that.
So Bryce Underwood, you mentioned it just a minute ago. How does he stay? Like how does the University of Michigan keep Bryce Underwood?
Well, it definitely depends on who they hire as the next coach.
$12 million keep him, don't it?
Well,
I don't know.
NIL funds. I don't know. Somebody might come and give you more. One Lane Kiffin come knocking on the door and say, "Look, we give you."
Somebody may come give him less.
They gonna give.
They saw the film. They saw the film.
Yeah, they ain't gonna give him more.
He wasn't lights out.
He ain't getting more.
He wasn't terrible. He wasn't lights out.
But I think this next hire, whether it's the coach from Alabama, whether it's Jed Fish from Washington, whoever they hire is going to have to come in and be particularly a quarterback guru. And it's going to be offensive-minded coach. They shouldn't hire a defensive guy. I've been hearing inklings of Matt Patricia at Ohio State.
Yeah.
You know, or even the offensive coordinator we had at Ohio State, Chip Kelly. He would probably be a good fit over there in Ann Arbor from an offensive standpoint. But trust me, whoever they bring in is going to be tailored to making Bryce Underwood a better quarterback, and hopefully within the next 2 or 3 years, probably the best quarterback in the country and a Heisman Trophy candidate.
I say the money keep him. I mean, they got big pockets over there. We know.
But so do other colleges.
Yeah, but he's there.
You got to remember, he was going to LSU to play for Brian Kelly.
He was
until Michigan came up with $10-12 million,
and I think they can come up with another 3, 4, 5, whatever.
Well, Bryce Underwood is the least of your problems. You got a young offensive line that was pretty good. Mm-hmm. You had a running back in Justice Hayes that was pretty good.
Yep.
You got a freshman wide receiver that was pretty good. Yeah. So it's a lot of things that they're going to have to do.
The portal is wide open.
The portal is wide open, man.
The question for me is, who should make this hire for coach? Is this a Ward Manuel hire? Is this a
Regent
Board of Regents
hire?
Along with Ward Manuel hire? I don't know that they're going to trust Ward to carry out this process on its own without some level of oversight from administration.
Well, they can let him make the hire and still do the oversight on it, right?
Well,
or he can bring somebody to the table and have them, vet it out.
This is what if you let Ward Manuel make the hire, he's going to be your athletic director.
He's going to maintain his position.
He's going to maintain his position. Now, if you fire him, who makes the hire? And just talking to Rico Beard, he said that's a good question. Who makes the hire?
I don't trust non-football people to make a hire. Mm-hmm. I don't know. I think you need football people to make this hire on who the next head coach is going to be. If Michigan beats Ohio State, does any of this stuff come out?
Not this week. Because they in the playoffs. Right. They play next week.
Now,
I'm just saying.
One of my sources told me they knew that Tuesday, they played Ohio State that Saturday. They already knew
that this was going on.
Yeah, they already knew it was going to hit the fan. And I asked him, I said, if Michigan wins the game, if they would have won that game, would they have fired him? He said they would have. After the season, not then, but eventually they would have fired him. But that's a good question, man. I find it, if they win that game, now you 10-2, you're playing for the Big Ten championship.
Yeah.
Do you beat Indiana? Probably not. But you do get
to the playoffs.
You got a 3-loss team. I don't know if they make the playoffs with 3 losses. I don't know if they make the playoffs.
Well, you're in the Big Ten championship.
But you're in the Big Ten championship.
You got to win to keep going.
You go.
If they lose to Indiana, if they beat Ohio State and lose to Indiana, he gets fired the next day.
Yeah. I agree with you.
He gets fired.
He gets fired the next day.
I think they get in actually
At 10-3?
Yes.
Nah, I don't think so.
Or
you still, so that means that's 3 Big Ten teams going. Because Ohio State is still going.
Right, but or Alabama doesn't go. I mean, you know what I'm saying? So you got Tulane, James Madison, one of them get bumped for Michigan.
I can't see Michigan getting in the playoffs, and obviously they're not in the playoffs, but at 10-3, with a win over Ohio State, I don't think they get in. But to your point, I think he does get fired.
You still think he gets fired?
Oh, he get fired. But none of this comes out.
I think he gets fired.
None of it comes out. Well,
you just firing him?
That's a good question.
You can't get to the...
You got to fire him for cause.
Yeah.
You still got the evidence that there's cause.
But you don't have to you can still fire him at 10-3.
You can fire him at 10-3.
And just leave it at that.
You can fire him at 10-3, leave it at that.
But and his buyout really wasn't that big. I think his buyout was like $12 million, $15 million.
They're not paying him that money.
No, I'm just saying, when they fired him for cause. But on what I'm saying, if they lose to Indiana the Big Ten championship at 10-3 and they just firing, just say we want to go in another direction. Then the buyout was like $12 million.
But
none of this comes up. None of this, the affair, none of that comes to light. They just firing him because they 10-3 and we could do better.
Maybe they do it
at 9-3.
But maybe they do it differently. Maybe they do it differently. Maybe the firing is a situation where they're bringing him in, giving him some options of whether or not he wants to resign. He chooses not to resign. We let him know, hey, we got this on you. That's
a good point.
Going to come out.
Yeah.
Maybe it's done in a different way, but at the end of the day, I don't think he maintains his job. It's so much easier to let him go after you lost to Ohio State.
We know
after we got this. Well,
after he had beaten Ohio State.
If he beaten Ohio State, he lost to Indiana in the Big Ten championship game. We got all this evidence against you. You were a 2-year guy.
And you really wasn't our guy.
You weren't our guy. We were pitching hell by keeping you, by the former head coach. We can let you go right. We can let you go right now.
So they could have did that without a win against Ohio.
They could have.
But Michigan, listen, they button up over there. Button up enough to know that we got a lawsuit coming. From old girl, you got a lawsuit coming. Because now they came to you with this information. Well, they would have had to fire him without the information. But once she presented the information that,
they only had one option. To let him go.
To let him go.
They only had one option.
That's it. Once she came with the information.
Well, yeah, but and that was what they needed.
Well, they should have fired him before the information. That could have tried to alleviate the lawsuit that was coming from old girl. Listen, they protecting the money, man.
Nah.
Michigan protecting the money.
I mean, protecting the money means you got to do it with evidence. Because I don't think you make a move like that without the proper evidence.
So you couldn't have fired him for being 9-3?
No.
You just said you was gonna fire him for 10-3.
But 10-3 with the evidence. 10-3 knowing that there's an affair going on. 10-3 knowing that this young lady is coming out with this information. 10-3 knowing that she could potentially sue the university because they didn't take action
once she comes to you. Because at that point she hadn't came to him yet.
Well, there are enough people around who knew that something was going on.
Well, a guy, a former Michigan player, he came out a week before this even came out and said on Instagram or TikTok that
I heard about that. Yeah.
That they knew. They knew. Michigan knew.
It wasn't a lot of surprise.
They knew. What happened was this guy, Moore, fired her. He fired her.
Yep.
Which he shouldn't.
After he doubled her salary.
Yeah, gave her
55% raise.
40,000
raise.
She went from
fired her
like 58 to 90.
The 90
in a year.
$90.
Yeah.
And what were her duties? I mean, I don't.
She was the executive. Well, her duties was to take care of Coach Moore.
I can tell you what her duties was, clearly.
That's her duties right there.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, that's her duties. She was the executive. And from what I hear, she pretty much kind of like walked around the football facility like, y'all know this my guy. You know, I mean, they knew. Yeah, you know, they knew, man. They knew. They just didn't have ironclad proof until he fired her. And she got in her feelings. And when
he wasn't asked to fire her, though?
Huh?
He wasn't asked to fire her? Like, hey, listen, this is going on.
I don't know that he was. I don't think that he was.
Okay.
I don't think the dude was. I don't know that he was. But hey, I mean, this guy's is clear. This is a clear example of fumbling the bag. And he had a opportunity. And I guess the frustrating part, too, for me is, you know, this was a great job. Usually a brother, when he get a job, his first head coaching job, is usually taking over for a team that's 1-11, 3-9.
It's not Michigan.
You don't start
It's not
Michigan.
A top 5 university.
No, you don't start on third base.
No, you don't. Right. You don't start on third. Right. You started on third.
Exactly. This guy started on third base.
Yeah, clearly with a lead off.
With a lead off. With the guy
and got caught
still at home plate.
He got caught stealing.
I mean, it's just crazy. It's just crazy, man. It's crazy. It's crazy.
Look, my shout out to my baseball coach Roger Cater at Southern University, because we used to always take a walking lead off third, and we used to say, you know, he was our third base coach also, and we had rules. You know, we call it stealing the run. So when you take a walking lead off at third, and that's what cost the Toronto Blue Jays the World Series. The guy didn't take a walking lead off at third because you go on contact.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Only time you don't go on contact is it's hit to the third baseman. Anything shortstop, second base, anywhere else, you go. And the guy from Toronto didn't take the walking lead, and they got him at home plate. He was out. So I kind of lost my train of thought on that.
Where you going with this?
Back to the schedule program. Go ahead.
That's hilarious. That's hilarious.
Oh, man.
Oh, my God. Oh, man.
Right. He got caught stealing at home.
He got caught
stealing at home. That's where we at.
Enough said. He done got caught stealing at home, man. Get us up out of here, man.
Are we done with this episode, man?
How you gonna come back from this?
I don't know. Maybe we should end the episode now. End it now. I got off in the baseball. Coach K walking lead at third, all that, stealing the run. Yeah, all that.
Fool me once. Don't fool me again.
And you can't get food no more.
You can't get food no more.
No, you can't get food no more. You can't get food no more.
Let's get him out of here.
That's gonna be the title of this episode. You can't get food no more.
And remember, I always get that walking lead at third, man.
Walking lead at third.
We going on, I can remember, Coach K, we going on contact, damn it. And if he did the third base and we coming back to third. All right, Coach.
Oh, my God.
Oh man. And that's been another episode of Broadcast Bros, man. We'll holler at y'all later.
Hey, man, shout out to my boy Marco, man. Rest in peace, baby.
Rest in peace, Marco.
Silver and blue.
Man.
Yes, sir.
Silver
yes,
and
sir,
blue
Marco.
lead, baby. Rest in peace, bro. We out.
Peace.